Like an idiot, I tried pulling this out. Hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another DCUC figure review. Oh, not a DCUC figure, but the DC Comics Multiverse Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice Knightmare Batman. I think I picked this up at Toys R Us, or was it at Target? I can't remember off the top of my head. But anyway, looking on the side over here, not much going on. On the back, you can see the build-up thing is the grapple gun, or the grapple blaster, and then there's a read-up on the DC Comics Multiverse toy line. You can see the other figures from this wave, number 7 coming soon. And then on the side you get Knightmare Batman right over there, and not much more at the top or the bottom. Alright, let's get to it and crack this thing open. And here's the Knightmare Batman out of the packaging, and this is a weird figure. I think it's a little bit of a weird figure just because of the colors. Like, there's a lot of parts that don't really match. Like the upper torso is a different color gray than the lower torso, but I do think it looks cool. Like when I have him in this pose, I'm like, hey, that's not a bad Batman figure. I actually think that looks pretty dope. I'm liking that. So I do have mixed feelings about it. The articulation is to be expected, not absolutely terrible, but you know, you can get him into some fairly decent poses. I like that we get a bunch of paint on the back of the figure over here. He does come with his Collect and Connect grapple blaster piece. You can see actually some nice dry brushing, so that's not too shabby, you know. I don't know if I'm actually going to try to build this or not. We'll see. Now, one of the accessories that we get with the figure are these goggles over here, which are made out of this soft material that just wrap over his cowl. Looks very good. I like it. Missing a little bit of gray paint right there, or just a little extra black paint, really. But sculpted out pretty nicely. Now, while I really like how this looks with the goggles over his eyes, the most common display option is probably going to be with the goggles just right above over here on his forehead. And that looks really cool too, you know. I think we see him like this most in the movie. And like I said, it's a soft material, it's easy to put on there. Now, to my surprise, this is actually a different head sculpt than the regular version over here. This is the STCC version, but I'm sure like the sculpt is the same with all the little details right there, but this one does not have all those details in there. I actually like this head sculpt more than this one. I just think this one looks better. No pink on the mouth, just looks a little bit better. I like how the eyes look. Yeah, just better, and it's missing that mole. What is up with that mole? That's weird. Okay, anyway, going back to the figure I'm supposed to be reviewing for the day, I really like how he's got this scarf over here. I think that looks pretty good. I like that we get some black paint mixed in there. Now the torso does look the same to me. It looks like the same exact sculpt anyway. Yeah, when you look at the wrinkles, you get 2 little lines right there, 2 little lines right there, little dash right there, little dash. Yeah, so it's the same exact sculpt over here. So they just added this piece, which you can't really peel off or anything, so it's in the molding. We get a nice looking trench coat, nice tan color. I like how there's some textured detail to it, nice looking buttons and everything. Got some wrinkles right over here. Again, I really like this paint right here on the black. I think it looks pretty neat. Wish we got a little bit more of it throughout, you know. But, you know, the trench coat's pretty nice. I like all that tattered detail right there at the bottom. It's pliable enough where, as you saw at the beginning of the video, just a moment ago, I'm able to bend this backwards so I can get them in action poses or farting poses. Going back to the front of the figure, we get this nice silver paint right there for his utility belt. And we get this other strap going underneath right over here. Then you can see that the legs are a different color from the rest of this. And that's because this is a regular Batman suit and this is, you know, his desert pants or whatever. So looking pretty nice. Looks like aviator pants or something, you know, like he was in the Air Force or something like that. I don't know. But I like how it has this textured lining right there. I think that's very cool. With these straps going around right over there. It gets really weird around his bat boots, and it does have that textured detail that we got on the STCC version. When you bend these knees, it just looks so strange. I don't know, it's just really weird looking. But anyway, he does have the peg holes underneath his feet. Got treads right underneath there. I have a feeling these are the same. No, they're not the same exact boots. Very similar though. And looking at his gloves over here, I think these look pretty neat with the textured detail right here as well. You get these bands coming around. He has a fisted hand on the left side right over here. You get some wrap right there inside the palm. Then on this side, this is batarang holding hand. Then you can see that you get a different kind of wrap around there, and it's open enough so that he could hold his 3 batarangs. Well, he comes with 3 batarangs. I haven't tried putting all 3 of them in there, but they look pretty good. I like how these are, you know, look pretty nice. I think they're the same exact mold as the original ones. They just don't have the silver paint going around the edge. When I had first opened up the figure, these were terribly bent, so I had to put these in a brush and then apply some heat with a hair dryer, and then they straightened out very fast. Now, as far as the articulation goes, it's what's to be expected. You get some head movement that moves up just a little bit, but not really quite enough. And then it does move down a little bit. You get side-to-side movement over here, so that's pretty solid, and not much neck pivot. And the arms move outward pretty far, and you can move them forward. He does have an elbow bend, and it meets at 90 degrees on this side, but on this side over here, unfortunately, it does not meet the 90-degree mark, and that's extremely frustrating because this is the Batarang holding hand. Oh. Anyway, you get a little bit of ab crunch, if at all. I mean, because the figure's already kind of in a pose where it's bent all the way forward. It actually doesn't really move forward one bit, but it does move back just some, but it won't stay there just because the trench coat's just too big. The paint kind of stiffened this waist joint. It made a cracking sound, which, you know, is fine, you know, but it does rotate. You know, I just want to warn you that if it's a little stiff there, it will move. Anyway, you can't move. Whoa, that's an ultra gaping DCUC crotch pit action right there. And he does kick forward that much and not back so much. He has an above the knee swivel. The single jointed knee that does bend at 90 degrees looks a little strange, as I had mentioned, but you know, at least it bends a lot. Then the ankles move down a little bit and they move up, and there's no ankle pivot. Come on, Mattel, give it ankle pivot! Now to measure out this Batman figure, you can see that he's standing at about 6¼ inches tall. And then for your Batflack comparison, here's our Knightmare Batman compared to the Armored Batman and the SDCC version of Batman. By the way, in my recent giveaway video, this is not the Batman I'm giving away. There's a different Armored Batman I'm sending out to you guys. Then for your Knightmare Batman comparison, here's the DC Multiverse version compared to the Vinyl Pop, and then we also have the blind bag mini one right over here, and you can see that these all kind of have a little bit of different color variations on them. For instance, this one has a yellow trench coat, where these two kind of have more tan colored trench coats. The pants on both of these are a lot more tan than this one. This is definitely a gray color. Then here's Knightmare Batman next to the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. Oh, the Batman having nightmares, huh? Somebody need to rock the Batman to sleep. Oh, come on, get over it. You're supposed to be a superhero. Ah! You're not supposed to do that either. So if you wanted to get your Knightmare Batman with guns a-blazing, you can do that. So he's prepared to shoot people in the face. He has that trigger finger sticking out over there, and it holds very well. So anyway, you know, the poses for this guy, I find myself feeling a little bit limited as far as display options here. I like this kind of pose. I also like the kind of walking, subtle pose. But aside from that, not too many poses. But it does look pretty cool. Actually, at first I was kind of disturbed by the variation of grays right here, but I actually like that. Anyway, hope you guys liked this review. If you did, please hit the like button. Click any of the boxes that you see coming up over here for more Shart in your face. We got the subscribe button right over there. And then yesterday I did a review on the Kotobo Kia Xenomorph Warrior. If you want to see that, click that button right over there. And then the day before that I had a P.O. Box Pickups video / Geek Fuel / Giveaway Bonanza video. If you want to see that, click right over there. And then if you want to see some of my vlogs, go to Shartimus Wank channel. I got some videos posted up over there. It's not for all ages really, but I don't know. You guys decide. Anyway, you can see a photo gallery of images over at toynewseye.com, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.
Posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures every day. I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, it's okay.
That's crispy.
Anyway, the